The IEBC, the elections management system of this country, is created by the Constitution. Read between Articles 81 and 88 of the Constitution. The Constitution creates it and then lays down its functions in a step-by-step process. But all in all, the Constitution provides that every Kenyan who is registered as a voter is entitled to vote as provided for under Article 38 of the Constitution. And then the Constitution proceeds to say that if they vote, that vote must be done in such a way that is accountable, transparent, and so on and so forth. Now, under the Constitution, this country has created other laws, including the Elections Act, the IEBC Act, the Political Parties Act, and so on and so forth, to ensure the sanctity of that vote. So what happens is simple. The Elections Management Body does not conduct elections on whim. It conducts elections on the basis of the law. And Section 44 of the Elections Act says that we must deploy technology in elections. But Section 44A, which was introduced in 2017, by the way, says that we must have a complementary system to ensure a fail-safe for that technology that is provided for under Section 44. So this matter has not been left to IEBC to decide on. In fact, it was taken to court. And the High Court told the IEBC that what this means is that the only complementary system that you can have outside of technology is a manual system, that you must have a register in the polling stations as a complementary system to the digital system that we have electronically. So it is not for IEBC now to determine any longer. They have not appealed that decision. That decision of the High Court is still there. And this is the system that we used in 2017. And there is absolutely no reason why IEBC has to depart from it. Now, there is a process that is in place that was used in the last election that you must use for you to arrive at that complementary system. It's not a whimsical situation. It is not the presiding officer to determine immediately that now for this class of voters that we must use a complementary system that is manual. There is a step-by-step process where you present yourself before a polling station. Probably the KIEMS kit does not identify you using your biometrics. And then after that, they go into a system in which they use your ID. If it still doesn't recognize you.
Which is the alphanumeric
system. Yes. If it doesn't recognize you, then the presiding officer, together with the other officers there and the agents, fill a form and say, this person, James Mamboleo, was not identified. And so because of this, let's look for him in the register. If they find me in the register, which has been printed out of the digital register, okay? It's not a different register from the digital register. If they find me there, then I am allowed to vote and they cross out. If not, then I cannot vote. So this is not a matter that IEBC is going to decide on its own independently. It is a matter that is going to be subjected to a certain process. And now, because it's the law, since it has been determined by the courts, the IEBC does not have a choice about it. So Raila Odinga is not saying that we use a system that he creates himself. This is the law. And you know, the problem with this country, Zainab, is that we do not want to use the law.
All right, Philip.
Yeah, I think James Mamboleo is talking about the law and the complementarity. But what I have just said, and what I said at the beginning, is let's leave these things to IEBC. They know the law. In fact, and Chebukati should come out clearly. Nobody has ever been jailed for whatever happened in the past. He needs to come out clearly and say that this is what should be done. All the commissioners and the whole commission, as candidates, our career, you know, the career of Raila Odinga is to talk about IEBC, to talk about rigging, to talk about. Let us not have a career out of the faulting IEBC. We should put our house in order ourselves. And as candidates, bring all the candidates. Why should it be one person who always shouts at IEBC